History repeats itself, first as tragedy, second as farce, Karl Marx. And I would like to add third as procedure, and that's a good thing.
Do you like riddles?
No, I don't.
Here's a beaut. Why is there a space between Lyons and Spikoski?
What?
Come on, you should know this one, pal. You should know this one. Open your eyes. Look around sometime.
Open the gate.
Remember this, Hobbs? A day, a week, a month. Wie Onkel zei, zo toch machst.
What are you, Nazi now?
It's Dutch. What goes around really goes around.
You have a safe trip, yeah?
I'll be looking for you.
Boom and bust cycle. The boom and bust cycle of an economy is the period over which it expands and contracts. The United States has gone through 12 boom and bust cycles since the 1940s. Boom and bust cycles occur repeatedly in capitalist economies, varying in time and severity. During the boom, economies grow while jobs are plentiful and investors enjoy high market returns. During the bust, economies shrink, jobs are lost, and investors lose money. Timing can be crucial for investors, and many wonder why the economy experiences booms and busts instead of long, steady periods of economic growth. Part of the answer to that question is the central bank's handling of the money supply.
The third indispensable element in building the new prosperity is closely related to creating new jobs and halting inflation. We must protect the position of the American dollar as a pillar of monetary stability around the world. In the past 7 years, there's been an average of one international monetary crisis every year. Now, who gains from these crises? Not the working man, not the investor, not the real producers of wealth. The gainers are the international money speculators. Because they thrive on crises, they help to create them. In recent weeks, the speculators have been waging an all-out war on the American dollar. The strength of a nation's currency is based on the strength of that nation's economy. And the American economy is by far the strongest in the world. Accordingly, I have directed the Secretary of the Treasury to take the action necessary to defend the dollar against the speculators. I have directed Secretary Connally to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold or other reserve assets, except in amounts and conditions determined to be in the interest of monetary stability and in the best interest of the United States. Now, what does this action, which is very technical, what does it mean for you? Let me lay to rest the bugaboo of what is called devaluation. If you want to buy a foreign car or take a trip abroad, market conditions may cause your dollar to buy slightly less. But if you are among the overwhelming majority of Americans who buy American-made products in America, your dollar will be worth just as much tomorrow as it is today. The effect of this action, in other words, will be to stabilize the dollar. Now, this action will not win us any friends among the international money traders. But our primary concern is with the American workers and with fair competition around the world. To our friends abroad, including the many responsible members of the international banking community who are dedicated to stability and the flow of trade, I give this assurance. The United States has always been and will continue to be a forward-looking and trustworthy trading partner. In full cooperation with the International Monetary Fund and those who trade with us, we will press for the necessary reforms to set up an urgently needed new international monetary system. Stability and equal treatment is in everybody's best interest. I am determined that the American dollar must never again be a hostage in the hands of international speculators. I'm taking one further step to protect the dollar, to improve our balance of payments, and to increase jobs for Americans. As a temporary measure, I am today imposing an additional tax of 10% on goods imported into the United States. This is a better solution for international trade than direct controls on the amount of imports. This import tax is a temporary action. It isn't directed against any other country. It's an action to make certain that American products will not be at a disadvantage because of unfair exchange rates. When the unfair treatment is ended, the import tax will end as well. As a result of these actions, the product of American labor will be more competitive, and the unfair edge that some of our foreign competition has will be removed. This is a major reason why our trade balance has eroded over the past 15 years.
My brother and I built a system that worked, but Dempsey wanted to see proof. So we started with something simple, purely mathematical, the stock market. We showed him all the major indices, 15 minutes in the future. And where it could close that night.
Which number is it? Low or high?
Which one do you want? We put some money into a hedge fund. We let the system trade with it. Something to drive the market towards outcomes.
Whose funds?
Yours.
$100 million? What, you stole $100 million from corporate accounts?
No. We stole $5 million. Last week.
He didn't really understand what we'd made. What you were. But we did. He only saw the money he could make. But we realized the power of it. That you could reshape the world. My brother and I charted a course for the entire human race. Humanity's story had been improvised. Now it was planned, years in advance. For a time, the sun and moon aligned. We brought order from chaos.
Harry?
Professor, sir, your bird, there was nothing I could do. He just caught fire.
Oh, and about time, too. He's been looking dreadful for days. Pity you had to see him on a burning day. Folks, he's a phoenix, Harry. They burst into flame when it is time for them to die, and then they are reborn from the ashes. fascinating creatures, phoenixes. They can carry immensely heavy loads, and their tears of healing powers.